What's going on, guys? Josh here, and in this video we're going to be talking about the top 5 products to be selling in August 2021. Now remember, the way I do these types of videos is a little bit different. I go out and I pretty much have a look at all the content that's out there regarding the top 10 products to sell in this month, right? And I filter out all the noise for you guys, because the whole notion of dropshipping and e-commerce, to get into this market, it's very difficult because there's a lot of competition out there. So how do you beat competition? You just do a better job. So what we're going to be doing is diving a little bit deeper, and I'm going to hope that this video gives you guys the prompts to think a little bit deeper about these products and also the products that you're considering right now. Okay, so what we're going to be going ahead in this video and talking about is how much you can sell the product for, what the cost of goods is, what your estimated gross margins are, the original ad, right, the original landing page, and a couple of review points for that page, as well as talking about the AliExpress link, and then jumping into Facebook groups and really trying to validate and try to figure out if there's an enthusiastic audience behind this particular product, right, that you can build, a real brand around. And then finally, we're going to top it all off with 5 new interests that you can go ahead and test right away. And all of this will be available to you guys in a link in the description below, so just make sure you go ahead and jump into that. So without further ado, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button, because there's a lot of work that goes into these kinds of videos, and I'd really appreciate if you saw. Guys, so really quickly, I just want to jump in here and ask you guys of a huge favor. As you know, with this type of video, what I go ahead and do is I find these videos on YouTube where my colleagues are pretty much going ahead and recommending the top 10 products to sell. But what I'm doing is giving you guys a new marketing angle to pretty much think about and kind of expand your horizons and to think differently in this competitive field of dropshipping, right? Now, what I want to do is create an insane amount of value for you, but I need your help. So what I would like you guys to do, and this is the favor, if you guys finish watching the video, once you guys finish watching the video, go down into the comment section below and let me know which one of the 5 products you would like me to do a deep dive on. Now, what are we going ahead and doing is kind of analyzing, okay, is this a good product, and kind of revealing my process as well as the behind the scenes look, and we'll be doing it all together, and I'll be documenting the whole thing for you. Now, whichever product gets selected the most based on the comments down below, I'll go ahead and use this and create a follow-up video to this video right here. And I want to make sure that I do this every single month, no matter where I am in the world. So with all that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoy, and I cannot wait to go ahead and do this secondary video for you. But let's go straight into the video that you've come to watch. Enjoy. Okay, so product number 1 is this ocean-inspired vase case, or this vase, right? Now, I came across this product not through other people's content, on YouTube, but just through my own, product research methods. I'm going to be doing a follow-up video specifically on this product about what not to do once you find a potential winner product, okay? Now, without all being said, let's go ahead and talk about the ad. Okay, so this is the ad right here, and you can see there's a lot of engagement here. 1.8 thousand comments and 3,200 shares. Not only that, but there's 25,000 likes. Now let me quickly touch on why this ad really works. First of all, there are a multitude of different images here. They take real life images of the ocean, right, and showing the similarity to the actual vase itself, right? So the vase is in the middle here, right? And then there are on the top, left, right, and bottom, these are closer up shots of the vase. And then in the corners of the image, right, there's an actual images of the ocean, right? So this thing on the news feed, this ad on the news feed is going to really stand out, right? Because it just looks not only a little bit unnatural, right, even though it is all natural, but it's just gonna pop out, right, with all these like hues of blues, and it's just going to really stand out. So let's go ahead and have a look at the landing page. So this landing page, right, from the get-go, right, there is a lot of work that these guys really should have done, right? This is, in my honest opinion, could have been a really good product because there's an enthusiastic audience behind it. But these guys here, they've pretty much screwed it up because their product page is pretty trash. So let's go ahead and have a look at what they've done. So first of all, starting with the 50% off, right? right off the get-go is not a good sign. Generally speaking, if you're going to build a brand, have some pride in terms of what you're charging. Okay, so charge a little bit more, do a little bit more work on the front end of the page, right? Sell more emotionally, and you'll be able to garner a higher price for the product. Now, they're charging, $28, right? And we're going to touch on the metrics in just a second, but let's countdown timer. It is horrendous. Honestly, this is like dropshipping tactics, maybe from 2016. Like, I don't know why people are still doing this, right? Now, overall, the look of the page, you can just tell straight away, like if I was potentially wanting to buy this product, it just screams scam to me. It just doesn't look right? And then let's go ahead and dive into why that's the case. Now, for example, one, a lot of customers, right, generally when they're looking to potentially buy a product online, they're spending a lot of time on the carousel, right? So by having images stacked on top of one another, it's really going to really negatively affect the potential for this customer to actually go ahead and buy, right? So they're spending a lot of time here. Now for them, what you're doing is by stacking images right on top of one another like this, right? You're making it more difficult for them to really decide whether or not they want to actually spend a little bit more time on your website, right? Customers have generally 3 to 5 seconds of them initially jumping onto the website and making a decision of them jumping off. So you want to really reduce that level of friction for them. So generally with the carousel, I like to have images and just having a stack like this, right? With arrows like this, so that they can just scroll through, casually, leisurely, and make a quick decision of, yes, this is something that I want, or this is something that I don't want. Now, the other thing that, with this kind of product, what they should be doing is having product images, really good quality product images in like like an art gallery kind of field to really kind of just show off this product. And the thing is actually to have images of this vase in its intended use case scenario. So for example, in the home, in the office, or just wherever, right? You want to make sure that you have that kind of aspirational content. When people have a look at this product page, they're going to be like, yeah, wow, that looks so good in that person's living room. I can imagine it looking that great in my living room too. That's what I mean about aspirational content. Now, as we continue down, they have these, these poor attempts, honestly, to try to increase the average order value, right? But in my previous videos, I'm going to link it for you right here, I talk about how to really effectively talk and show visually visually show the customer that if they buy more, right, that they're going to make a ton of savings, right? So it's just not a great idea. Now, as we continue to go down, there's just the incongruency of the whole page, right? Like this coloring looks different to this, and then they have like a guaranteed safe checkout with a random, like this gif of a truck that just really kind of grinds my gears, right? Like it's just not a good job, because the product potentially has some good belief at this point that the customer already has just jumped off, right? They've just given up. They're like, bye-bye, I'm gone. Right? So as we continue down, another thing that I just realized, no reviews at all, right? You must have social proof on your website, okay? So as we continue, we're gonna look at financial metrics of this product. So $28.95 is how much they're actually selling the product for. And as you can see here, this is the AliExpress listing. We're gonna sell it shipped from the United States for $6.13 with a shipping fee of $5.26. So what that's going to mean is that there is a cost of goods sold for $11.39, meaning that the margin is $17.56, which is approximately a 60% gross profit margin. So that's pretty good in my books. Okay, so now let's move on to the groups, right? So remember guys, you want to go ahead and use groups in a multitude of ways. You can either go ahead and jump into them and start talking about, oh wow, guys, I found this product. What do you guys think about it, right? And then actually say, oh, I bought it at this link, and just organically drive some traffic to your website and potentially get some sales too. Now, secondly, you want to validate whether or not there's an enthusiastic audience behind this product or niche. Now, as you can see here, if I just simply type in ocean and go to groups, right? There's 10 posts a day, 10 posts a day, 10 posts a day, 10 posts a day. There are plenty of groups here, like 20 posts a day, right? Where these people are just constantly posting about this kinds of stuff, right? And you can go even deeper. Like let's say, for example, I go ahead and type in surfing, right? If I go ahead and type in surfing and I go to groups, right? I'm almost certain, here we go. This is where more and more people are posting crazy, right? Look at this, 50 posts a day for waves of the world, right? Are you guys telling me that if you guys don't jump into this, you can do a really amazing thing, right? And just get some organic sales. 158,000 members, guys, okay? The marketing angle that I would like you guys to try and test or try to get your brain juices flowing through is bring the beauty of the ocean back to your living room or back to your home, right? These people love the sereneness or the serenity of the waves crashing and all that kinds of stuff. So giving them that emotional feel of them being able to bring this back, recollect that emotion and feel it in the safety of their own home is an amazing angle to start with, right? Now, the interest that you can go ahead and test with this one is surfing, deep sea diving, beaches, scuba diving, and waves. Okay, so with all that being said, let's go straight on to product number 2. Alrighty, so product number 2 is a product that has actually been going a little bit crazy over TikTok, and I've actually seen a lot of people jumping onto this on Amazon FBA as well. So the product is a push popper toy. Now this product right here is pretty insane, especially over the summer period, right? But I want to give you guys a new marketing angle to test this with. But at first, let's go ahead and talk about the ad, right? So all of this will be linked in below, in the description below, right? So I want you guys to go ahead and look at that in your own time. I don't want to spend too much time here for you guys to go ahead and look at these ads. Now, as we go ahead and look through the product page, this is another product that has potential, right? People are selling it, but the product page doesn't do it any justice. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about why. So first of all, this button, it's good, right? In terms of it is a different contrasting color to the background, so it obviously pops out. But because the buy it now button is actually, the text color is black, right? It kind of just molds in together. Rather, you'd want to have something like bolded and white against this blue, right, to make sure that this button really pops out. Now, the other thing that I like to do in these buttons is actually to add a little bit of a drop shadow, and that I've actually seen that to be an increase, or to lead to an increase in overall conversion rates, right? Now, as we go ahead, I like the fact that there is different images right here, right? There are different showcases of the product, but the thing that they're missing, right, is the fact that there are no children playing with the product in the carousel image, right? There are no images of the product being used by happy children, and you know, showing them being preoccupied, smiling, having a blast. They don't have that kind of content in the carousel. And remember, the carousel is one of the most important elements of the overall product page. A lot of people make the decision to stay or go through what they see on the carousel. So we want to always give them that aspirational content right here. Now, as we continue through, I feel like they really squandered and really failed to use the headlines effectively. Not only, right, is this educational tool, right, not powerful enough because you're not leading with emotion, right? They actually misspelt it, right? So first of all, guys, let's be professional. Let's make sure that you do your spell checks, okay? Let's not misspell educational, right? So as we continue through, they followed my guidelines in terms of, you know, just having a short and sweet kind of paragraph there that kind of pushes through the messaging, right? Now, that's not bad. Now, let's go ahead. Now, the thing that they've done well is the fact that they've gone and added images or videos of the product in use. So let's get rid of these kinds of things and let's go ahead and play the video, right? So you can see, you know, it's just them using the product. But one thing that they could have done better is actually having a wider angle shot of a child sitting at this table playing with the product and having a blast, right? With their friends, with their siblings, all that kind of stuff. That would be way, way more powerful. Now, as we continue down, relaxing artifact, again, squandering the headlines. This is precious real estate right here, and they're not using it to the fullest potential, right? The images are great, but the images are just straight from the supplier, right? Look safe and healthy, again, typo, perfect gift, like, come on guys, like we can do better than this, right? Now, this product specifically has been scaled quite heavily over the summer. But what I want to kind of get you guys to think about is the following. Now, as students go back, or as kids go back to school, right, they need to be eased back into school. So the marketing angle that I want you guys to go ahead and test with this, or to start to think about, is prepare your children for school after the summer holiday with this toy that helps to keep them stimulated and ease them back into the classroom setting, right? Now what I'm trying to do here is to make it relevant to the times in the United States specifically, right? The children have spent 3 months, right, outside of school, at home, playing fun, like playing, going on vacations, all that kinds of good stuff, right? But we need to start to cultivate them and get them back into the whole learning mode, right? So this is a mental stimulation product. Put one and one together, it's a good way to ease them in. All right, so let's talk about the financial metrics. So these guys here are charging for the product $11 essentially. Now, through the AliExpress link, we can see here that the listing is actually at 1 cent, but let's not get fooled by that. It's actually the shipping that is the important part. So they actually sell this product for $1.05, right? Which leads about a $9, $10 margin, right? So this means that the margins are around 90% the gross profit margins. That's insane, right? So as we continue through, right, now what we're going to do is look at these groups. Remember, this congruence, we want to make sure we understand and we want to use the same language as our audience, right? By going into these groups, we're going to be like, okay, I understand what their needs are, desires, all these kinds of things, and also use that language on our product page and our ads as well, right? So the interest that you can go ahead and test with this is school supplies, school, daycare, primary school, and kindergarten. Okay, so with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into product number 3. Okay, so product number 3 is this weed gardening trimmer. Now, I'm going to show you guys a little bit from the ad, but this ad is insane in terms of how much of a scroll stopper it has, right? See how quick it is, right? It also shows like, wow, what is this product? What is it doing, right? It's really just pretty much killing any weeds that are just existing. Now, I'm going to let you guys watch the whole thing in your own time in the link below, but let's go ahead and jump onto the product page. Now, on the product page, I think that these guys actually have done a really, really good job. There are a few elements that really kind of just scream like dropshipper, kind of that kinds of stuff, but overall the elements are not too bad. So let's go ahead and actually assess this. Again, remember, carousel. Super, super important. Yes, it's good to show the product in use, but also you want to show that people are really, really enjoying it, right? Really having fun with it, really happy. You want to have that kind of element in here because remember, we're selling to people. So we want to have people in our carousel, okay? So as we continue on, the add to cart is perfect. Like, have a look at this. Now, it has a drop shadow. It's really this fluorescent green, which actually matches the trim boss and this color here, but also the white text really kind of pops out. So it's very evident and really obvious to the audience that, oh yeah, if I want to buy, that's exactly where I want to click. Now, these kinds of things here, like the security badges, the limited time offer, I think that we could probably get rid of it and make it a little bit more clean and more reputable looking if we just got rid of it, okay? Now, the biggest mistake that these guys actually made was right here. This element, right, is actually not needed up here, right? Because at the beginning, when people are looking at potentially buying this product, they don't really care about the specifications of what kind of material it is, or what the diameter is in inches, or blah blah blah. Like, this is all just like techno babble, right? It's not really important. What's important is how this product will solve the problems in your customer's life. So I would actually say probably move this all the way down to the bottom, right? Because it's not needed here. Now this is where they really do a good job. Headlines, really important and really powerful piece of real estate on the page. The most powerful trimmer head you have ever experienced. Pretty good, right? It's gonna raise some eyebrows. And then they go deeper into the actual product itself. They show a GIF of it actually being used and seeing how powerful it is, right? And they're just gonna continue going through it. Now, another good thing that they're doing is that they're having add to cart buttons all throughout the page. The important thing to realize is that each customer, right, is not going to be the same each time around. Now, what I mean by this is one customer might be convinced right at the very top that, yep, this is a product that I really want. They've been looking at it for a while, blah, blah, blah. Now, but as we go down for a colder audience or a colder customer, what they need is more emotion, like more emotional prompts to kind of convince them that, yes, this is something that I need, right? So it's really important to have an order button here, an order button here, and also to have other elements of why this product is going to be, you know, a real game changer for them, and it's just going to provide all kinds of value, right? So they just do a great job in terms of using headlines, you know, just getting the point across very quickly. Okay, and another great thing that they're going to do, and what they're doing, is having customer testimonials and that social proof, or hints of that social proof, right next to the button where the customer actually needs to go ahead and click. So if they feel any signs of buyer remorse, and buyer remorse is the idea that then they're going to go ahead and they're starting to have second thoughts, right? It's like, oh, I don't really need this product. But they're going to see, wow, rated 4.8 stars by 285 customers. I can be the 286th customer, right? That's going to give them some peace of mind. So that's an amazing thing that they're doing, right? And they're just continuing to reiterate and make good use of all the space that they have available to them. They're using a page builder, they're using GIFs to regather and regain the attention of the audience, right? It's just awesome. And now, last thing that they do really well is the fact that they have a FAQ section, right? Once emotionally a customer is convinced, they're going to start to think logically about the product. Oh, what is it made of? When is it going to arrive? What's the refund policy? All of these kinds of things, right? What's the warranty? Now, once those opposing beliefs are kind of touched on and the doors on those have been closed, right? Then it's a no-brainer. That's why they right away have this next element where it's like, okay, all of those things, all of your questions have been answered. Are you ready to buy? That's what they're doing here. All right. So let's go ahead and have a look at the financial metrics. Okay. So obviously here you can sell the product, or these guys are selling the product for $59.99. Now on AliExpress, you can go ahead and source the product for $15.99, which is actually going to leave you a margin of $44, which is really high for gross profits, right? So 70% gross profit margin, not bad at all, right? Now, in terms of groups, I would actually recommend to start thinking about home DIYs, right? People now, with summer coming to a close, kids going back to school, they have a little bit more free time on their hands, right? So home DIY, right, is a great place to start. So you can see here, 94,000 members, 60 posts a day, 100 posts a day, 30 posts a day, 20 posts a day. These people are enthusiastic, right? Now you have a great product, right? A scroll stopping elements, right? And then emotional benefits, and then enthusiastic audience. That is the recipe of a winner product, all right? So with that being said, let's have a look at the marketing angle. Right? So the kids are going back to school, the house is a mess, and finally it's time to knock out all those DIY projects that you've been meaning to get to all through the summer, right? Amazing things these are probably thoughts that your customers are actually having all throughout summer. And now that they have some more free time, they can go ahead and try it. Right? So let's go ahead and talk about the interests that you can go and test. So home DIY, home improvements, gardening, DIY network, and hardware store. So with all that being said, let's continue on. Product number 4. Okay guys, so we are at product number 4. Now I know there's a lot of information in here, but I assure you that this video is going to be insanely full of value. Now product number 4 is a hands-free horse hose, right? Now in terms of this one, I'm not going to offer a new marketing angle for this because I actually agree with the marketing angle that they've kind of touched on. Now let's have a quick look at the ad. The ad isn't very long, all right? So right here, 3 seconds, right? First 3 seconds, it's really eye-catching, okay? So obviously it's a horse, right? And they're just kind of just hosing him down, blah, 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 right? Now the things that I actually don't agree with on the ad, and let's just quickly talk about this, is here is a game-changing tool. Wash your horse or pet faster than before. Are you ready, snow foam? I don't know how, like, it just grammatically, there are a lot of issues there, all right? Now, we can talk about this in a little bit, but you know, ad copy, also the headline, really needs some work. Now, there's only reason that this ad, right, is getting a lot of engagement, 1.6 thousand comments, 815 shares, and 3,000 likes, is the fact that the video itself is a scroll stopper, right? The idea of washing a horse is not one that everyone kind of comes up with, and when you see that on the feed, not on the feed, right, it's going to really stop, and just because it's a short video, people are going to really engage with it, all right? So ad copy, headline really needs some work, but let's go ahead and look at the product page and let's see if they've done a better job here. And unfortunately they have not, okay? So you can see here, pressure hose nozzle foam gun, right? If they're going to market and then we're going to open with a horse in their ad, they can at least kind of start to pull their product page, right, and kind of make a link so that there's that congruency, right, between ad to product page, so people, when they jump onto this page here from the ad, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, this is the one that I need, right? Now I know there's, you know, all those images and we're like, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about what they've done and let's review it. Now the images that they've gone ahead and used, right, these are images straight from AliExpress, right, or the supplier. Not a good job, right? Now you can tell, right? I know for a fact that this font right here is a font that most Alibaba or AliExpress suppliers use, right? So as soon as I see that, I know that these guys have not spent a lot of time on their product photos, and product photos are so important, guys, when you're doing e-commerce, okay? So as we continue on, now the thing that they really kind of missed the mark on is, well, one, the discount here. Even if people wanted to buy more than one, right, I think a lot of people just glaze straight past this, right? It will just go straight over the top of their head because it's very, more or less, it's camouflaged in the whole design of the page, right? Now they're obviously here, we're gonna have some fake scarcity, but 589 units is still quite a lot, right? I don't know why they would even have that. In my honest opinion, I'd probably just get rid of it. The add to cart button is where I have the biggest issue. It again glazes in and kind of camouflages into the actual product page. So it's going to be easily missed, right? I always think that this should be a very high contrasted color, and it should be filled and with a drop shadow as well. Now, as we continue down, they're doing a good job in terms of, right, having GIFs. Now, as people come onto this page, a lot of people have very short attention spans. So having GIFs is actually a really good way to recapture their attention and kind of hook them further into this product and this product page to give yourself some more time to convince them that yes, this is the product that they need, right? So good job here, but overall the like formatting and all that kinds of stuff really needs some work. If you see here, it just doesn't flow very well. They have, you know, these dot points and then icons and then all of these payment methods that people can use. Really not necessary, kind of takes away from it, really gives it a cheap vibe, right? And again here, they're just trying to push up the average order value, but again, doesn't look so great, right? As we continue through, again, great use of GIFs. No, this is a bad no, actually. This is the image straight from the supplier, so not a good thing. And right here is just the standard trust badges, right? But they're just there is an overabundance of trust badges all around, right? In terms of this thing right here, right, and this thing here, it's just all over the place, right? There's no clear flow to the product page. And also, another thing is that, like I said, the formatting is just all whacked, right? Generally, you'd want to have it kind of split down the middle, right? Image on this side, and then all of this text, right, should be on the right hand side in a much larger size. So it's very easy for the customer to digest it and be like, yep, this is something I need, right? As we continue through, gosh, I almost have no words, right? This kind of stuff, typical dropshipper, mentality, just gonna put whatever products on there, doesn't really work, okay? Now, as we continue through, let's talk about the financial metrics, right? Let's stop ripping into them, all right? 25.68 is what you could sell it for, right? I think that with some good advertising though, and really strong elements on the page, you can really push this up to maybe even $30, right? But let's go ahead. You can source this product from AliExpress or Alibaba if you buy an MOQ for around $10. Okay, so this is going to give you a margin of about $15 or more if you bump the price up. So that's still about a 60% gross profit margin. Pretty healthy, right? Now, as we continue through, let's have a look at the actual groups itself, right? Remember, guys, groups. If you don't know anything about horses, it's very important to know the language that these guys use, right? So here we go: 70 posts a day, 4 posts a day, 2 posts a day, 20 posts a day, 80 posts a day, right? There's tons here, right? These groups are filled with thousands and thousands of members. You should be going in, and you can even use this as organic traffic, right? So there's another research method that you guys can go ahead and use. In terms of the marketing angle, remember I said that overall marketing angle is okay, it's just the ad copy that needs some work. But let's have a look at this. Keeping your horse clean has never been easier, right? With this hose gun, right? So you want to just say how easy this is, what a game changer this is, how much of a lifesaver this is going to be, right? Just kind of push on that, right? Really focus on the benefits, right? And you can definitely get this product to sell. Now, finally, in terms of the interest that you can go ahead and test with this one: horseback riding, horse trainer, ranch, horse breeding, and horse. Okay, so this is all horse, right? It's a horse-focused product. Right, so with all that being said, let's move on to our fifth and final product of the video. Okay, so final product for the video, product number 5. This one is a swinging outdoor camping chair. Now, when I saw this ad, from one of the other videos, I was like, wow, this is a great product. Right, now let's have a look really quickly at a snippet of the ad, and then we can watch the rest in your own time. Let's have a look at this. Now, how relaxing does that feel? Right? I can just imagine myself with family, with friends, just kind of chilling out and enjoying this product. This is something that I would actually buy myself, right? Because I know that my father loves camping, right? So let's continue on. Let's have a look at this. And when we go to have a look at the product page, okay, now they're selling this for $150, right? So obviously it's a higher ticket product. Now, if you're going to sell, and just a note here, if you're going to charge like $150 for a certain product, please make sure that the product and page, right, has a lot of effort, and you really kind of go the extra lengths, right, to to sell this product, right? Because right here, from the very get-go, I can tell right here, classic dropshipping, right? Very little effort, I overall believe, that was going into this product page, right? So by now, guys, from this video, you should already know how important it is to have great product images in your carousel. So let's have a look through here. These images right here are straight from the Alibaba or AliExpress listing. I honestly think that they could have at least ordered a sample and spent a couple $100 to get some really, really good photos here and get some really good aspirational content as well. Take it out. Just take it out to the backyard. Just sit back, enjoy yourself, have a smile, blah, blah, blah. Put all that content up here, right? To give people something to look forward to, right? So they really haven't done a good job. So I'm gonna go ahead and with my ex, I hope you don't take offense to this, whoever it is, but this is a big fat no on my end, right? Now, as we continue through, right, again, the add to cart, it's black Really, you want to have like another bright contrasting color to make it really stand out, right? Now, black is okay, it really does stand out, but you kind of want to have something else, right? This PayPal, you know, these colors right here pop out way more. So maybe using something like this. Now again, fake scarcity, not really the greatest thing. Honestly think this is a 2016 thing that does not exist or should not exist in 2021. Now let's go ahead and continue. Frequently bought together. This is honestly not so great. I feel like right here it's going to actually cause more damage than good, right? In terms of turning the customer off. So if you're watching this, guys, whoever owns this store, please make these changes. But let's continue through. Right? Again, the formatting, similar to the other products that we've talked about, somewhat, you know, it needs some work, right? So obviously the GIFs here, the images here are great, right? This is really where they kind of shine, right? Showing the quality of the product and all that kinds of stuff, the functionalities, right? And just kind of just showing, oh yeah, this is something that I would want, right? Kind of just kick back and swing, right? Gone camping. Now, that's a good job, but in terms of the font text right here, it's not easy to read, right? So again, I would always kind of implore you guys to have a 2-column kind of format with a row in each, where you have an image on the left or the right, and then on the other side, right, you have a big headline that has an emotional benefit, and then you follow through with it with some basic text, right? Don't need to go too crazy. But even just by employing this, right, it's a significant improvement to what we have already, right? So as we go through, it's more or less the same, right? And then it's just a repeat of, you know, potential products that are somewhat related, but in all honesty, I don't think they are, right? So that's my product review. Also, there is, for someone selling this for $150, right, there are no reviews. Where's the social proof, guys? This is really, really damaging to the overall conversion rate of the store. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the financial metrics. Obviously, they're selling and charging this for $150, right? How much are they sourcing it for? It's about $67.79, right, with $20 shipping. So overall, the cost of goods, including shipping directly from AliExpress, and you can reduce this down, right? But overall, it's going to cost them about $95, right? So with that being said, it's about a $54 gross profit margin, equates to a 36% gross profit margin. Now, this is honestly a little bit low on my end, right? I generally like to have a higher profit margin of at least, you know, 40, 50, 60% like the other products, right? But I know for a fact, if you guys were to go ahead and buy a minimum order quantity of this, you can really significantly reduce the price down of the product per unit. Alright, so the marketing angle that I want you guys to go ahead and think about now is level up your camping game with this relaxing recliner chair, right? This chair, the overall notion of going ahead and camping, getting into nature, and really escaping this digital world that we live in is to kind of just kick back, right? And what we're trying to really kind of push, that this product will help them achieve a new level of relaxation. So that's an emotional benefit that we can really kind of push and use as our main marketing angle. So in terms of groups, we have a ton of groups here with plenty of people that you can kind of go ahead and study, right? 102,000 members, 24,000 members, 26,000 members, 20,000 members, right? What this tells me is that there is a super enthusiastic audience behind this niche specifically. So now all you guys need to do is to go into these groups, have a look at what kind of language they use, figure out exactly what kind of pain point this problem with this product actually solves, right? And then just market this product to them. Now I want you guys to go ahead and jump into these groups, really try to understand them, and make sure that you employ this onto your landing page and also through your ads as well. Alrighty guys, so that is all 5 products of August 2021 done and dusted. I hope you guys got some extreme value out of this video. Now I know that we've dived deep, but honestly speaking, remember, dropshipping is a very, very competitive field. So if you want to succeed in dropshipping or even e-commerce, it is often necessary to think a little bit outside of the box and market and create your own blue ocean for your brand. All right, so make sure if you guys have any questions, drop them down below. I'll be sure to answer as much as possible, right, and help you guys out as much as possible. Remember, my mission is to overall improve the level of information and correct information that's out there in this whole e-commerce and dropshipping space. So with all that being said, I would really greatly appreciate if you guys smash the like button to help me to show this video to more people, and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so you know, and that notification bell so you know exactly when I'm dropping another video, so you can have all the most relevant and up-to-date information right here, right now on my channel. So with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys are staying safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.